What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. So, we're going to go over Tesla, Tesla Tuesday. We're bringing those back. So, if you enjoy these, you want to watch them, they go live, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell icon, turn it on so you know when I do post a video. As you guys know, on my other channel, The Don Fraud Show, I do go live on Sundays and Tuesdays as well, but this is where the Tesla video stands alone and will be, broadcasting, posted. You guys know. You know what I'm talking about. So as far as Tesla Tuesday, earnings are tomorrow. All right, so we already have the expected moves drawn out. So market makers have this priced in. So anything above that, that's where they got to start delta hedging. You'll see market makers got to start buying up shares. If we were to get above this, all these out of the money calls that were up there, market makers will then, as they get closer to the money, need to buy shares to hedge their bets. That's how you get those squeezes when things do pop. Now, it's kind of hard to talk about Tesla today without talking about the rest of the market. And something I went over with my group last night was how suspicious this was. I drew this blue line, and it's not a zone, it's not anything, but we saw this across the board on a lot of tickers. Oddly enough, not Tesla. But we kept seeing we'd mosey on down to this level, it'd get bought up. It'd come right back down again, it'd get bought up. Right back down again, get bought up, and then today we just shot up. Last night, it was hard to talk with my group because I'm telling them, like, guys, nothing's changed. What around the 4 hour? Still trending down. But we talked about why that was bullish yesterday, why I switched to being a bull. Now, today, actually, I swung Amazon and Netflix overnight. Today was actually a great day. We bounced out of this zone. And as you saw today, almost everything was up. Everything's up. It wasn't hard. If you were bullish, your account's green. If you're bearish, your account's red. That's pretty much it. Now everybody kept saying like, "Oh, these earnings are going to save the market. They're going to kick things off," and we got the first one. Excuse me, Netflix. And I am so glad. First of all, that trended up today. So I bought Netflix yesterday, just a typical zone play, and even told my group, hey, I'm buying it today, zone play. If it pushes up tomorrow, I'm just going to go ahead and call it. I'm not going to roll the dice. This push-up almost had me second-guess things. So glad I didn't. I trailed this thing. I mean, the options contracts I bought, they were $1,400. And, I mean, it would push up, and it would be at $1,800. The bid would be $1,820, and my stop out price is $1,815. And I'd close my phone. Now, when I put my stop that tight, I assume the second I close my phone, it's going to fill. It didn't. It just kept going up. It filled. Hang on. Sorry, because I don't edit anything. We just click the record button and we go. But I want to see where that actually did fill at. Let me filter to Netflix. All right. So it ended up filling at $20.50, so, which is $2,000 in the options world per contract. And then looks like after earnings, they announced their earnings. First time they lost since 2007 subscribers. Jumped off a cliff, right? Oh my gosh, almost to that zone there. Would I buy the? That kind of reminds me a lot of Facebook. They didn't get as many subscribers in Africa or something like that. That really was the reason. And then jumped off, and then just kind of kept bleeding down. So anyway, as this pertains to Tesla, kind of does and doesn't at the same time. If that was your means for, I'm buying up this market because earnings is about to save it. Netflix is going to be what tells everybody what's going on. And right now, bears are excited. Now, the other side of that coin, because there's always the heads and tails, is Tesla's done its own thing many times. Like if the S&P or the Nasdaq's doing something, there's a good chance your tech ticker or something like that is doing the same thing. I'd say 50-50. Tesla's moving with it or not. They got their own cult following. Did they grab the pitchforks that day and torches or not? Do they want to be with the crowd or they don't? So more immediately, bear flag on Tesla. First of all, we can't get above that yellow zone. I guess I would be bullish above that yellow zone, but what I don't like is when things get bought up right before earnings. That tells me, like, tinfoil hat theory. That tells me somebody's out there wants cheap puts. So let's run it up a little bit so they can load up on puts and sink that thing to the floor. So for me, I'm probably, if that just had a phenomenal green day tomorrow, I'd probably sell some out of the money calls, some call spreads. I like doing that. In fact, I did that today on Amazon, which I'm going to go over on Don Fran's show. So if you want to know how I made $3,000 in quite literally a minute, make sure you watch that video. Bulls would call that a bigger bull flag, maybe. As far as rolling the dice, I just don't see a clear direction because it's bullish above, bearish below. But if we break above, I'm thinking they want cheap puts. If it breaks down, I'm going to think, hey, that they could want some calls, if we're going to take that theory. But it also just rejected in bear flag playing out with earnings that were already red. And as it stands, I don't really care for Tesla earnings. They're kind of a dud. And let me explain why. One, delivery numbers are where the movement's actually at. When they announce the delivery numbers, it moves. And so we kind of already know. We can put together what's going on. Right now, the guessing game for Tesla tomorrow is what kind of margins. We know how many cars they sold. Did they sell the cheap ones with no margin? Or did everybody get full self-driving and they're going to make bank? And the cool part about that is if you're thinking that, because I think so too, I do think, why would you buy a Tesla that full self-driving? Like, come on, don't be silly. So I bet their margins are high. But have you ever heard of Tesla beating expectations? Yeah, you have every time. Tesla comes out tomorrow and misses, it's jumping off a cliff. They come out and hit right on par. It's probably selling off. If they beat it just a little bit, it'll probably stay neutral. They have to come out, like, it's a 66% chance that thing's going to melt. Because they're going to come out on par, maybe give or take a little bit, even a little bit above, and it sells off a little bit. They come out missing, it's going to look like Netflix. They have to come out just batting 1,000. They're going to come out swinging for the fences. For it to actually surprise anybody, they'd have to come out and say, hey, by the way, here's an amendment. We actually sold 580,000 cars last quarter. Yeah, we just forgot that page when we talked about the delivery numbers. That's our bad. Here's the actual revised numbers. Surprise. Then the stock would probably pop up to that $1,200 mark. But that's what it takes for Tesla to surprise to the upside. And right now, I think with Netflix firing off like that, we got to see how the markets react. Right now, they were up. Netflix brought things right back down. Tech, that was a strong move up. That's a conversation for Don Francho that we're about to have. And I don't know if I'd really worry about the Russell small cap with Tesla. But as far as the market goes, like, are we going to start moving up, or is this the time things start selling off and all we got was a good short entry today? So as far as it goes tomorrow, I'm not in Tesla right now on my trading account. But I will probably, if we do have a green day, I'm looking to sell some out of the money. Call spreads, I won't sell anything naked. I won't sell any put spreads because I don't want them surprising to the downside. At that point, it won't be worth it. I'd rather collect a few dollars and just almost play it safe. That is my alert to grab more shares. So if earnings does send it down, I am buying it there. As it sits, though, not a lot to go off. Not a lot of foresight. I don't know how to even say that. I don't have a crystal ball, but a lot of times these they can give you clues as to what's going on. This isn't showing off much, which makes me just nervous for anybody that's got their whole account on this, right? Unless they're whole account in some crazy options contracts. RIP. I want you guys here next year. That's why you should subscribe, maybe listen to a little bit, and then jump in the comments. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I hope I see you guys all on the other channel and in the next video I post here. Have a good one.